Deep within the majestic depths of the Grand Canyon, a startling revelation has sent shockwaves throughout the scientific community. Something extraordinary has emerged from the ancient layers of rock, something that defies our understanding of human history and hints at a world long forgotten. In today's video, we'll delve deep into the mysteries of the Grand Canyon. From the tales of lost civilizations to traces of giants, this journey will make you question everything you know about human history. Situated in the heart of Arizona, the Grand Canyon is one of the most spectacular wonders of Earth. It was carved over millions of years by the mighty Colorado River and stretches approximately 277 miles long, with a width of up to 18 miles and depths reaching over a mile. It holds great archaeological and cultural significance. The Grand Canyon is a living testament to the power of geological activity and the relentless force of the Colorado River. Beyond its geological significance, the Grand Canyon has been culturally important for indigenous peoples such as the Hopi, Navajo, and the Havasupai tribes. These communities have inhabited the area for centuries, imbuing the canyon with rich cultural traditions and spiritual significance. Every year, thousands of tourists visit the canyon to experience this marvel. But what if I told you there is something hidden within the depths of this majestic wonder? Something that G.E. Kincaid stumbled onto. But before Kincaid's claims could attain confirmation, they were wiped clean from the world's history. Now the question is, what did he discover? The year is 1909, and explorer G.E. Kincaid embarks on a solo daring adventure down the Colorado River and through the Grand Canyon. Kincaid initially came to study the region's natural resources, including gold and copper, but soon he stumbled upon some well-guarded secrets. He got pretty close to the Hopi tribe's chief. In one of the discussions, the Hopi chief hinted at the presence of a vast megalopolis concealed beneath the majestic rocks. The indication was enough to fuel Kincaid and convince him to embark on another journey. Kincaid, along with his assistant, S.A. Jordan, began to look for the entrance of this underground city. Their journey began at the Green River Canyonlands in Utah on a wooden boat. About 42 miles above the El Tovar Crystal Canyon, Kincaid and Jordan spotted what appeared to be a stairway that led to a huge cave. This is where things started to take an unexpected turn. The cavern entrance, according to Kincaid, was man-made, and it led to a tunnel-like passageway that was large enough to fit several people side by side. On the cavern walls, Kincaid saw writing, but it wasn't English or Native American. It was Egyptian hieroglyphics. Kincaid also discovered chisel marks suggesting human craftsmanship and strengthening his belief that this could be the entrance to the mythical city. The core tube of the cavern stretched an impressive 12 feet wide, narrowing to 9 feet as it ventured deeper. About 57 feet from the entrance, Kincaid found the passageway branching off to right and left into modern living rooms. The walls were adorned with oval-shaped doors and circular air gaps for ventilation. The rooms were meticulously engineered with 3 feet and 6 inches thick walls. Kincaid estimated that as many as 50,000 people could have lived here. The city's architecture, carved from giant rocks, exhibited remarkable skill and intricate design. In some rooms, he found granaries with shelves of glazed pottery. He also found cooking areas and a huge dining hall. Kincaid found tools made from copper and a metal workshop, suggesting that these people knew the lost art of hardening metal. Materials such as charcoal and slag indicated that enigmatic beings were involved in ore smelting, yet their exact methods remained a mystery. But the real marvel lay within the cross hall, a passage hundreds of feet away from the entrance. There, seated cross-legged, was an idol or deity of the people. The statue sat with flowers in both hands, suspected to be either lily or lotus. The statue's facial features bore a resemblance to figures from ancient Eastern civilizations, particularly resembling depictions of Buddha or possibly the ancient Tibetan people. Surrounding this idol were smaller images, some very beautiful in form, others crooked-necked and distorted shapes, probably symbolic of good and evil. The finding was particularly intriguing as it indicated a connection to cultures and belief systems from far beyond the Grand Canyon's known history. And that's not all. Kincaid and Jordan came across another room, a crypt that had row upon row of mummies. At this point, Kincaid realized that if he was going to explore that entire underground city, he would need some help. He reportedly took notes and photographs and collected several artifacts before leaving. Along with the news of his discovery, he shipped these artifacts to the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., where he had several contacts. Kincaid requested both human and financial resources to continue his exploration. Understanding the importance of the matter, the Smithsonian Institute agreed, and a few weeks later, a group of 30 scientists, researchers, and laborers came to accompany Kincaid and Professor Jordan to excavate and explore the ancient city. With more light and workforce, the scientists realized that Kincaid's findings were, in fact, true. The layout of the cave wasn't random, it followed a symmetrical pattern. All the tunnels led to the central chamber where the Buddha-like statue was set. Then came the room full of mummies. This particular room was in the basement, with hundreds of mummies lined up on their shelves. There were so many things startling about these mummies. For instance, each mummy had an average height of 9 feet. The size of the mummies left researchers wondering about a race of ancient giants that once roamed the region. Covered in clay and wrapped in black fabric, these figures were unlike any human remains ever encountered in the region. Moreover, it was discovered that these mummies were mostly men, and at the head area of each mummy were little benches with copper cups and broken swords. Another question was raised. Could this be a burial site for their soldiers? Unfortunately, all questions were unanswered as the Washington, D.C. authorities soon terminated the explorations. The news of Kincaid's discoveries was first published in a local newspaper known as the Arizona Gazette. The article, titled Explorations in the Grand Canyon, was originally published as a front cover story on April 15, 1909 in the Arizona Gazette. According to the story related by the Gazette, Kincaid's discoveries could prove that the race who inhabited this mysterious cavern was of Oriental origin, possibly Egypt. Furthermore, it would also suggest that there had been contact made before Columbus sealed the caves. True or not, the news gained enough popularity to alarm the authorities. The Washington, D.C. authorities quickly intervened, closing off the site and suppressing further exploration. Official records of Kincaid's findings were mysteriously wiped clean, leading to the numerous conspiracy theories surrounding a potential cover-up by the authorities. Some believe that powerful forces silenced the expedition to protect hidden truths about the Grand Canyon. Others argue that Kincaid's story might have been a fabrication to create sensationalism. The Smithsonian, however, claims to have absolutely no knowledge of the discovery or its discoverers. One Smithsonian rep explained that no Egyptian artifacts of any kind have ever been found in North or South America. Therefore, I can tell you that the Smithsonian Institute has never been involved in any such excavations. Then what could have prompted such an incredibly detailed newspaper article? And is it a coincidence that many rock formations in the area have Egyptian names, like the Tower of Ra, Horus Temple, Osiris Temple, and Isis Temple? It is hard to believe such a story could have come out of thin air. The truth, however, remains hidden. Access to the cave's entrance and the room full of mummies is strictly prohibited. Tourists, hikers, and even park personnel are barred from venturing into the vast expanse. But who could stop curious minds from embarking forward? In the late 90s, a couple named Jerry and Kathy Wills decided to investigate Kincaid's claims and search for proof of ancient Egyptians existing in the Grand Canyon. From 1998 to 2001, they conducted extensive research to find the elusive entrance. Ultimately, they found a ventilation tunnel that could lead them to the underground city, but when they tried to enter the tunnel, they found cement blocks blocking their way. One conspiracy theorist, John Rose, has claimed to have seen officers guarding the little gap within the cave. Rose went to the Grand Canyon to locate the underground city, but was taken aback by men armed with M16s guarding the cave entrance. To this day, the story of the underground city beneath the Grand Canyon remains clouded in uncertainty. Was G.E. Kincaid a real archaeologist or a fictional character created to generate hype? What were the authorities hiding? The questions persist, drawing researchers, conspiracy theorists, and curious minds to the Grand Canyon for answers. The Egyptian hieroglyphics, the mummies, and the secrets hidden within the unexplored chambers continue to pique our fascination. The forbidden stories of strange humans, mythical giants, and hidden civilizations challenge our understanding of history and human origins. The Grand Canyon stands as a silent witness to a world that was and a world we have yet to fully comprehend. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.